right, today you will be able to write prime factorization of composite numbers. So that's lots of vocab words that we need. So prime and then composite, which we've already talked about. So you need to write this down. So this is 1.4 prime factorization. Okay, you're going to use factor trees today. In order for it to be prime factorization, all the numbers at the end must be prime. That's why it's called prime factorization. Okay, so we're going to start with a composite number, which is 12, and we're going to break 12 down. So remember, our factors of 12 are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, if we multiply these together, and then 3 and 4. Those are our factors. So we cannot use 1 and 12 because that's not going to break our number down anymore. But we can use either one of these two sets. So whichever one you think of. So this is when you would use your divisibility rules too, okay, to come up with it. So I always underline, and then we're going to start making a little factor tree. So what two numbers multiply to give me 12? Well, the number 2 and the number 6. If you use 3 and 4, you're going to end up with the same answer. It's fine. And then I look at this and I say, is 2 prime? Yes, 2 is prime, so we circle it. We're done with that. Is 6 prime? No. So we have to say, okay, well, what two numbers multiply to give me 6? Okay, well, 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. Okay, so 1 and 6 won't help us. So 2 and 3. Is 2 prime? Yes. Is 3 prime? Yes. Once all the numbers that are left have circles, you are done. And you're going, well, you're not done, but you're done using the factor tree. Then you're going to say, well, 2 times 2 times 3, that is our prime factorization of 12. Because 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12. This equals 12. Now, it may be written like this. It may be written with the dots. And I'm not going to write these every time. I'm just showing you so you can see. It may be the little asterisk or the little star. All of these mean the same thing. You got to get used to that in 6th grade. Okay? All right, let's do a few more examples. All right, so the number 18. So we could use 1 and 18. We could use 2 and 9. We could use 3 and 6. And that's it. Okay, so it doesn't matter, whichever one. If you look at this and you're like, I know this is even, so I'm going to do 2 and 9. It's fine. I'm going to show you how you can also do 3 and 6. 2 is prime, so we're going to break down 9, which is 3 times 3. Make sure you're multiplying and not adding. 3 is prime, so we're going to write it as 2 times 3 times 3. If those dots confuse you, you can still use the X. We just need to start to get away from that, and we'll get more into that later. Okay, so 2 times 3 times 3. If you started with the 3 and 6, you would have ended up with the exact same answer. 3 is prime. 2 times 3 is 6. You would have had 3 times 2 times 3, which is the same thing. I always write it least to greatest. Whoops. Whoa. Oh boy, look at my pen. It's gone crazy. 2 times 3 times 3. Okay? All right, one more example. 36. 36 is a good one because you could do, well, you can't do 1 and 36. All right, but you could use 2 and 18. You could use 3 and 12. You could use 4 and 9. You could use 6 and 6, whichever one. A lot of times people get 6 and 6. Okay, it's okay if they're both. Oh, I should not be circling that. This is not prime. 6 is not prime. All right, so we got to break them both down now. Well, 2 times 3 gives me 6. And over here, 2 times 3 gives me 6. 2 is prime. 3 is prime. 2 is prime. Yes, you need to circle that. So it's 2 times 2 times 3. You need to get in the habit of putting them in order from least to greatest and putting them together. 2 and 2 together, 3 and 3 together. Okay? Oh, I lied. I had one more. Sorry. So 25, this is a quick one though. 25, the only thing we can do is 5 and 5. This is why I did this one, I remember now. 5 is prime. So it would be 5 times 5. Okay? Notice we do not put times 1. Times 1 because 1 is not a prime number, even though you would get the same answers. Okay, so what if we do it backwards? What number has the prime factorization of? So you're going to write these examples down too. So number 1, it says 2 times 3 times 5. So now it's given the prime factorization. It's saying what number is that? So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. You literally just have to multiply them. That's all you're doing. The next one, 2 times 2 times 3. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. That's all you're doing there. Okay, and I think I have a comic. There we go. We're in our 50s. We're over the hill. What are you talking about? We are in our prime because they're both prime numbers. All right, that's it.